When someone says something is vanilla, they usually mean plain, basic, or boring. But that's ironic, because real vanilla is anything but simple. It's one of the most complex and labor-intensive flavors on Earth. It's delicate, floral, smoky, sweet, and sometimes even a little woody. And behind that tiny brown bean in your kitchen cabinet is a story involving orchids, tropical climates, hand pollination, and months of careful curing. So, what exactly is vanilla? At its core, vanilla is a spice derived from the fruit of a specific type of orchid. Yes, an orchid. Not a tree, not a shrub, not a seed pod from a typical plant, but a flowering vine that produces one of the most beloved flavors in the world. To understand vanilla, we have to start at the source, the plant itself, right here on History of Simple Things. Vanilla comes primarily from a species called Vanilla planifolia. This tropical orchid is native to Mexico and parts of Central America. It grows as a climbing vine, wrapping itself around trees in warm, humid forests. When it blooms, it produces pale greenish-yellow flowers that last for only a single day. That's right, each flower opens in the morning and closes by nightfall. If it isn't pollinated during that short window, it simply withers and falls off. In the wild, vanilla orchids were traditionally pollinated by a specific type of bee native to Mexico, along with certain hummingbirds. But when vanilla cultivation spread to other parts of the world, like Madagascar, Indonesia, and Tahiti, those natural pollinators weren't there, so humans stepped in. Today, nearly all commercial vanilla is pollinated by hand. Workers use a small stick or needle to gently lift a membrane inside the flower and press the male and female parts together. It's a delicate process that must be done carefully and quickly. One person can pollinate thousands of flowers in a single morning, but every single one is done manually. That's one reason real vanilla is so expensive. After pollination, the flower develops into a long green pod, often called a vanilla bean, even though it's technically not a bean at all. It's actually a fruit capsule filled with tiny seeds. Freshly harvested vanilla pods don't smell like vanilla ice cream. In fact, they barely smell like anything. The flavor we associate with vanilla doesn't exist yet. To develop that iconic aroma, the pods must go through a long curing process that can take several months. First, they're briefly heated, sometimes by dipping in hot water or laying them in the sun to stop the plant's growth. Then they're wrapped in blankets or boxes to sweat. During this stage, enzymes inside the pod begin breaking down compounds and forming vanillin, the primary flavor molecule in vanilla. After sweating comes drying. The pods are laid out in the sun during the day and brought indoors at night. Slowly, they shrink, darken, and wrinkle. Finally, they're aged in closed boxes to deepen the flavor. By the end of this process, the once green pod becomes the dark, fragrant, flexible vanilla bean you recognize. What started as a nearly scentless fruit has transformed into one of the most aromatic spices in existence. The main compound responsible for vanilla's signature flavor is vanillin. It's a naturally occurring molecule formed during curing. But here's something surprising. Vanillin alone doesn't fully define real vanilla. Natural vanilla contains hundreds of different flavor compounds. These include notes that are floral, fruity, smoky, creamy, and even slightly spicy. That complexity is why pure vanilla extract tastes richer and more layered than artificial vanilla flavoring. Artificial vanilla is typically made using synthetic vanillin. It can be produced from petrochemicals or derived from lignin, a substance found in wood pulp. While synthetic vanillin mimics the primary flavor note, it lacks the depth of real vanilla's full chemical profile. So when you taste high-quality vanilla ice cream or baked goods made with pure extract, you're experiencing a symphony of molecules, not just one. Vanilla is often the second most expensive spice in the world after saffron. And the reasons are rooted in labor, time, and risk. First, every flower is pollinated by hand. Then the pods must grow for several months before harvest. After that, curing takes even longer. From flower to finished bean, the entire process can take close to a year. Vanilla is also sensitive to weather. Cyclones, droughts, and climate changes can severely damage crops. Madagascar, which produces a large portion of the world's vanilla, has experienced price spikes after storms wiped out harvests. Because of its high value, vanilla is sometimes stolen before it's fully mature. Farmers may even mark their beans to prevent theft. All of this adds to the cost, so that small bottle of pure vanilla extract represents months of human effort and environmental uncertainty. It's funny how the word vanilla became synonymous with boring. In many Western desserts, vanilla is the base flavor, the default option. Ice cream, vanilla. Cake, vanilla. Frosting, vanilla. Because it's so common, people began associating it with neutrality. But historically, vanilla was rare and luxurious. It flavored royal drinks and exotic desserts. Its transformation into something basic only happened after industrial food production made vanilla flavoring widely available, especially synthetic versions. So the next time someone calls something vanilla, remember, the real thing is anything but ordinary. So the next time you see those tiny black specks in a scoop of ice cream, you'll know you're looking at the work of an orchid, a farmer, months of curing, and hundreds of flavor compounds hidden inside something we casually call vanilla. The flavor we call simple is actually the result of one of the most intricate processes in the culinary world. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.